I, we're alive at 5, and today we're talking about Hurricane Dorian. It's all anyone can talk about right now. I'm here with Aisha Howard and Cheryl Preheim. Also joining us, Chief Meteorologist Chris Holcomb. Chris, thank you so much for being here. I know it's a really busy day for you.
Good to be here. A lot of folks want to know about Dorian.
And so many people have questions about this storm. It was so massive, and a lot of people are confused about the track, what's going to happen. So we really want to break it all down for you.
So we're going to look at the good and the bad, the stories coming out from this storm. But we want to start with updating of where things stand now. So the storm is moving away from the Bahamas. It's left behind so much damage already, though. Dorian hit as a Category 5 hurricane. We've been getting a look at the devastation it is leaving behind. So many people you see in their faces just going through so much right now. So, all right, leave your questions in the comments below. We want to hear what you have to say. We've been getting a lot of questions throughout the day. So, Chris, I want to start with a question from Peggy, because we keep hearing about how slowly this is moving, 2-3 miles an hour. Peggy asks, I heard if a hurricane is not moving, it's getting stronger, it's gaining strength.
So with this situation, it was stationary for most of the day yesterday, but it was encountering land over Grand Bahama. It was just not moving, but it was over land. So that actually caused it to weaken a little bit. Sometimes if storms are sitting still, but they're over warm water, they can intensify. But with this situation, it was encountering land, so that actually helped this storm to weaken just a little bit more.
A lot of people are concerned about the track. All eyes are on Florida now. So let's pop up this question here from Larry, who's basically asking, if this makes a turn north, is it still going to have a direct impact on Florida? That's where everyone is looking now.
Thank goodness this storm did start to take that turn. Yesterday it was stationary, and we were banking on the forecast showing it staying away from Florida, hoping it would make that turn. Well, today we're now seeing evidence that it is making that turn, and it's beginning to make that movement up toward the north and west. So on this track, we still think that the eye of the storm will stay off of the Florida coast and the Georgia coast. However, a storm is very large. This has tropical storm force winds out from the center of 175 miles out from the center. So it's still going to be flirting with Florida, even though it's not a direct landfall. It is going to be spreading those tropical storm force winds, even some hurricane force winds, into the Florida coast. The Georgia coast will definitely be having some tropical storm force winds. Those hurricane warnings now have extended northward into Georgia and even into South Carolina. So don't focus just on that middle part. It's the storm, even though it is weakening a little bit in strength, it's getting larger in size. So that means it will be impacting a lot of people as it parallels the coastline and then curves around toward the Carolinas.
I just heard from Nicole, who's now evacuating with her 2 daughters. She's going to stay with a sister in Marietta, so she's in Savannah heading this way.
Yeah, and that's a good idea. We have those evacuation orders in effect. I always tell people, they say, should I leave or should I stay? Do whatever your local officials say. If your local officials say you need to leave, then leave. They have it planned out. It's like a stair step there, and they don't want everybody leaving at the same time. They want to make sure people leave kind of in quadrants to get out of town so there won't be a huge traffic jam.
Right, that makes a lot of sense. And you bring up a great point in talking about how many people are going to be impacted. And that's what we've heard a lot of too, just how broad this is, how many people are really going to feel this storm. So I wanted to bring up a comment from Jack on my Facebook page talking about, let's call out the people who are helping.
Yes.
Jack says, perhaps we can get a list of the good Samaritans so we can pay it forward on Thanksgiving. It's too easy to say thank you today and forget about them tomorrow. So what he's talking about here is a hotel that got in touch with us and said, look, we know you're sick of hearing about price gouging and people being closed. We are doing 2 things. We're keeping our prices low to make sure that everyone can get in, and we're hosting a free dinner for the evacuees to say, come on in, we want to help you.
That's awesome. So many people doing great things.
Airbnb, they've got 1,100 people signed up already for free places to stay. So yeah, if you hear these stories, we want to hear about them too. We want to be able to share the good.
And Georgia State Parks opened up their parks for people, and they're welcoming their pets. A lot of times when people go to hotels and stuff, they're not allowed to bring their pets. So the Georgia State Parks are opening up for evacuees and their pets.
Excellent
point. Which is such a great thing. And I know that you've covered these up close and personal. You've been on the ground. So if you could just speak to how much people need this help. It's not like just charity. It's like this is real desperate need when these people evacuate.
These people have picked up. They've left everything back behind. They're there with just the belongings they can carry, with their animals with them. And they don't know what they're going to be facing when they go back. And they don't know when they're going to be able to go back home either. And then, you know, if the people who stayed behind, they risked it by staying behind, but they may be without power and without emergency services for days. That's the risk that you take when you choose to stay behind.
Yeah. So thanks to all the responders, first responders out there who are helping out already, who are preparing to help out. We know we've got 2,000 National Guardsmen from Georgia who are ready and on the way to help as well. If you have questions, if you see things happening around you, either you think we need to share that story, you've got some good news you want to share too, questions, let us know. Just comment below. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and always follow us on social media. We keep the conversation going there, and you can be part of our show. Thanks, everybody. Take good care, be safe out there, and we'll see you tomorrow.